Welcome to Designing Spaces Think Green, a special edition of the show that's all about you, your space, and living the green lifestyle. I'm Ted Brunson. On today's show, we've lined up topics covering the energy-efficient home, a favorite subject of us here on the show. We'll take a look at home heating and cooling and a new building material that is not only efficient, but sustainable. Add it all up and you're living a more eco-friendly lifestyle. So let's get started and think green. You know, more than 50% of the energy in your household goes towards heating and cooling. And don't think that that little fact goes unnoticed by the HVAC industry. So the question is, with the onset of winter coming on and our attention going towards heating our home, how do we improve the heating of the home and our hot water supply? Well, guess what? We've got the answer.
The average home may waste over 40 gallons of water per day while waiting for hot water. Where does this wasted water go? Down the drain. Homeowners who keep a watchful eye on the bills know water usage is charged both by water consumed and what goes to the sewer. Whenever you run the water waiting for it to get hot, you're paying the premium. Think Green knows homeowners are aware more than ever of their utility costs and how they affect the environment. So we got together with one company who not only saves you on the water wastage, they have a system that will deliver hot water quickly. To give us a little more insight into how this works, we have John Barba with TACO, one of the leading manufacturers of circulating pumps and HVAC products. John is their residential training manager. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Chandra. It's good to be here.
Let's start with the basics. Why does it take so long for my water to get hot in the morning?
Well, that's a great question, and it has to do with physics. It has to do with the distance between the water heater itself and the furthest fixture away from that water heater. Houses built in 1970, let's say, were about 1,600 square feet. The distance that the water had to travel wasn't that far. Another part of the problem has to do with the number of hot water fixtures in houses today.
We have more bathrooms.
Absolutely. You'll have up to twice as many hot water fixtures in a house built more recently than, say, one back in 1970. So that's problem number two. You need a bigger pipe to carry all that hot water. It's a question of volume. Part three of the equation has to do with flow rates. Plumbing fixtures today, by code, are restricted in the gallons per minute flow rate that they can allow. So you combine reduced flow rates, longer distances, larger pipes. It just takes longer for water to get from here to there.
And so when we've got all this time that we're wasting, we're also probably wasting the water that's staying in the pipes. What can we do to prevent the waste while we're waiting for our water to get hot?
Well, the average family of four, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, will waste about 14,000 gallons of water a year just waiting and wasting. Think about it. If you have to wait 4 or 5 minutes for your hot water to show up and the fixture has a flow rate of 2.5 gallons a minute, that's 10 to 12 gallons wasted every time you take a shower, and that's kind of crazy. The best way there is to speed that up, to reduce the wasted water, to reduce the energy waste back at the water heater that goes along with this, is to use a circulating pump.
And I believe that TACO manufactures some of those.
By golly, you're right.
And we are here at the factory.
We are here at the factory.
So would you be kind enough to give us a tour?
Sure thing. They're right on the other side of that wall. Let's go.
Great, thanks.
Okay, Chandra, before we get into the factory, I just want to show you a couple of the circulators that we make for this circulation solution that we're discussing. This first one is called Smart Plus, and this is actually brand new for TACO. This is a really intelligent hot water circulating pump in that it learns how you use hot water.
Oh, okay.
For the first 10 days of operation, it's in what we call a learning mode or a pulse mode, where it runs about 10 minutes every hour. But all that time, it's monitoring how you use hot water, and it's learning that information and storing it in a little brain. After that learning time is up, it pretty much knows, okay, the folks here, when it's 6 a.m., they're using hot water. So it's running, so you have hot water right at 6 a.m.
Nice.
It knows between 7 and 2, you're not using anything. So it just shuts off. It knows it between 2 and 3, maybe you're washing dishes or doing laundry or something, bang, it's on again, and then it shuts off until it's needed again.
But if you've got a harder situation, then that's where that one comes into play.
There you go. This is the demand system, and in terms of efficiency and effectiveness, this might be the premier product on the market. You have either a motion detector or a wireless demand button that will turn the circulator on. So say you walk into the bathroom and you're getting ready to shower, the motion detector will actually pick up the motion and turn the circulator on.
Great. Well, let's go take a look at the factory and show us how these are made or where they're made.
Let's go do it. And this is step one, where the finishing touches are placed on the motor. They lace up the wires and get it ready for installation.
And from here, then, we go to the casing.
Exactly. This is where the whole process starts, Chandra. There's an awful lot going on here. We start with the windings for the electrical components of the circulator. Those machines will wrap up the wires and then place them into the actual housing for the circulator itself.
And then that's it.
This actually goes into the circulator housing to become a circulator.
Which is over here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Okay, the motor, once it's completed over here, goes on the conveyor belt back to the final assembly area. This is where all of the components of the circulator are put together, screwed together, inspected, and ready for shipment.
That's easy.
Pretty quick process.
I like it. John took me home not far from the TACO facility in Cranston, Rhode Island, where I would see how the system works in a daily practical application. Okay, so now that we're here, can I turn it on and see how hot the water is?
Not just yet.
Okay.
We got to set the stage. First off, this house is equipped with something called a tankless type water heater. Now, most homes have a tank type water heater,
right.
Either a 40-gallon gas or an 80-gallon electric type of water heater. That'll store all of that water and try and keep it at a certain temperature. A tankless type water heater will make hot water instantaneously as you need it, which is terrific. So it costs a lot less to get that done. Now, that term instantaneously is unfortunate because sometimes people think if it makes water instantaneously, it should be here instantaneously, but it isn't. That's where the demand system comes in. Now, the demand system is right underneath here, under the sink.
Okay.
As you can see, the circulator itself is connected to the cold water pipe and the hot water pipe with special connectors. The hot water pipe goes to the inlet. The outlet is connected to the cold water pipe. Mm-hmm. When we walked into this room, the sensor picked up that we were here, and it turned the pump on automatically. So it's been running all this time.
So now,
if you turn that on, you would have hot water instantaneously once you give it a shot.
it is. It's hot.
Yeah.
So in seconds, I don't have to sit there and let it run.
Absolutely. Just like that, ready when you need it.
Nice. So benefits of this.
Saves a lot of money in terms of wasting water down the drain, saves a lot of energy back at the water heater. So it's good for the environment, and it's good for your pocketbook.
Well, thank you, John. That's amazing. Where can people learn more about this?
Well, they can go to our website at taco-hvac.com and look up instant hot water.
Thank you so much for being with us today on Think Green, John. We really appreciate it. And thanks to the folks at TACO for making it happen. For more information, check out designingspaces.tv and click on the Think Green section where you can watch this segment or any other at any time. Plus, we'll provide a link to TACO for you. Are you a friend? Join in the conversation at facebook.com/dspacestv. In Cranston, Rhode Island, I'm Chandra Michaels for Think Green.
We all want clean water and a healthy ecosystem. We also want to find ways to lower our cost of living while running an efficient household. Well, the new technologies are here now, and they are improving our lifestyles and the environment. So let's move forward together towards a healthier world. For Designing Spaces Think Green, I'm Ted Brunson.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.